In this next edition of the Writer Series, we're going to talk about a subject that I've always found intriguing, and that subject is what actually makes you finish a book or not finish a book that you started reading. We'll discuss. I must confess, I'm pretty notorious for one thing. I tend to start many books that sometimes I don't end up finishing. And I've wondered many times, what is it about a book that will make me want to push through to the end, or that will make me cruise through to the end? And it varies from book to book. But I do know that there are some common characteristics that really help me to not only start strong in reading a book, but to work my way through the middle of the book all the way down to the end. And one thing that really hooks me right off the bat and gives the author a better chance of me finishing the book, and that's a really fast, hard-hitting start to the story. I want something that's going to grab me right off the bat. And if it doesn't grab me, and I'm pretty finicky about this, but if it doesn't grab me in the first 5 to 10 pages, then that's probably where I'm going to begin to wrap it up. Sometimes I'll go a little bit deeper into a story, but if I'm going to finish it, it's got to really hook me right off the bat to really grab my attention right away. That's going to give it a better chance of me finishing it. Number 2, something that's really important to me are strong characters that I can identify with, that I can love right away, or that I can hate right away. But either way, love or hate, I find that character to be interesting, or I find those characters to be interesting. So it's important for me to see strong characters right off the bat that really intrigue me to the point that I have some kind of emotion invested in them, whether it is that love or it is that hate. I want to know more about this character. I want to know how their situation is going to play out. I want to understand how they're going to react to adversity, how they're going to react to the things that go well in their lives, or the things that are going to go well or bad for them over the course of this story. I want a character that I'm going to fall either so in love with, or I'm going to fall deeply in hate with, that I'm going to want to know not only how they're going to play out over the course of the book, but I want to know, or I want to start thinking about what's going to happen to them after the story is over, if they survive, or what could have happened to them if they did not survive. And so those two things are going to be really important to me in terms of me finishing a book. A very strong start, something that really jumps me into it, starting as close to the end as possible while still being able to tell a compelling story, is very important to me. And then number 2 are strong characters that I'm either going to love or I'm going to hate, but I'm going to be intrigued one way or the other, intrigued enough that I want to know how that character is going to endure through the course of the novel. And so remember, a great start to really get the reader hooked right off the bat. And number 2, really compelling characters that I'm either going to love or hate. Those are the 2 things immediately that I look for that'll tell me more often than not whether I'm going to finish what I started as far as reading a novel.